and be counted. And if we just do what we should do, we should be standing up all the time. Amen? We come to the conclusion of this story and we learn, number 4, that stand-up people are protected. How many of you know that the God you and I serve has promised to be with us? He says, listen to this. He says, go into all the world and preach the gospel, and lo, I am with you wherever you go. When we're serving the Lord, when we're in His will, when we're doing what God has called us to do, God is with us and He takes care of us. That doesn't mean He won't let any trouble come to us, but it means He'll always be with us when it comes. I have in my Bible a little model that I started to follow years ago when I got a little bit afraid of flying. And this is what the motto says. God's man in the center of God's will is immortal until God is finished with him. Daniel didn't worry. We shouldn't worry. If we're doing the will of God, He's going to protect us. Watch how God took care of this courageous old man. First of all, he was protected from the law. Verses 13 through 15 in Daniel 6 record how this was going to work if God didn't get involved. I mean, this is a pretty serious time in the kingdom. It's a pretty serious time for Daniel. Daniel 6 says, they answered and said before the king, Daniel's colleagues who were trying to get him in trouble, Daniel does not show due regard for you, king, or for the decree that you have signed, but makes his petition 3 times a day. And the king, when he heard these words, was greatly displeased with himself, not with Daniel. He was displeased with himself because he'd gotten himself in a really tough spot. He didn't want to hurt Daniel. He promoted Daniel. Daniel was running his whole deal. But he got undermined by the people who came. And it says, after he heard these words, he set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored until the going down of the sun to deliver him. And these men approached the king and said to the king, now know, O king, that it is the law of the Medes and Persians that no decree or statute which the king establishes may be changed. Darius's conscience was tormenting him. He knew the danger he had put Daniel in by signing into law the preposterous 30-day prayer ban. He worked all day trying to find a loophole in the law. He knew if he couldn't find one, he'd have to sentence Daniel to death. Persian law dictated, as I mentioned, that sentences for crimes were to be carried out on the day the crime was committed.